Behind me is the best French fry shop in France.
And this is the best fry shop in Belgium.
I went to both to find out.
Who does the better fry, the Belgians or the French?
Now to find these two shops,
I use the well-respected La Friteurie's website, which gives yearly rankings on the best fries in Belgium, the best fries in France, and the best fries in the entire world. As you can see here, there are more votes and stars on the Belgian one, but the French one is actually named the world's best fry shop. So this leads me to the question, can we truly trust this list? And most importantly, are French fries better than Belgian fries? To find out the truth, I've decided to visit the top 2 myself. However, to really know if these are the best fries in the entire world, we need something to compare it to. So I headed over to the closest fry shop in my city. This is from Luxembourg, Le Baroque. It looks like this. We got a smile. It's upside down though. And inside are fries. They don't look super crispy, but they look pretty good. So for each fry, I'll be rating the crispness, the inside, the oil, the salt, and the flavor. And I'm gonna rate them all out of 5 stars. And then we're gonna get an overall total, and then we'll compare to each place. So let's get into it. It's got a little crisp on it. It's salty. I like the salt. It's not too salty. The inside is pretty dense. One thing I like about it is it's not too oily. It's too bad we're not ranking the sauce, because that is amazing sauce. I gotta eat all of them first, because I feel like then you really understand them. I know what you guys are saying. This is probably the most unhealthy challenge ever, but this is a salad. It's just a potato salad.
but it wasn't long before I demolished the entire thing.
Okay, let's get into the rating for the Luxembourg fries. So for crispness, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. There was a little bit of crisp on the ends, but really that was the biggest factor that disappointed me. The inside, they were a little dense and they weren't like, you know, like airy. I kind of like when you have crispy, airy fries. So for the inside, I'm also gonna give it a 2 out of 5. Now for oil, I thought these were perfect. So I'm gonna give them a 5 stars for that. And now for salt, I thought these were almost perfect. They were a little bit heavy with their salt. So I'm gonna give them 4 stars. And finally, for flavor, I can't say it had an amazing flavor, but it also wasn't a bad flavor. So I'm gonna have to give it a 3 stars. Let's do some math. Let's tally it up. Total stars, 3.2 for the Luxembourgish fries. That gives us a perfect base to go and try the Belgian and French fries. I'm genuinely curious to see what both sides can pull out, and I'm so excited to see what the best fry in the entire world is.
We have a long journey ahead of us. I traveled over 6 hours by train to the very north of France, stopping in Belgium only for a waffle to go. After a long day on the train, I was exhausted, but I was also very hungry.
We made it to Dunkirk, home of the world's best fries, or so they say.
I wasted no time and headed straight to the fry shop, which I learned was about 5 minutes away from closing, so I ordered quickly.
Un grand frit with andalous. Oui.
But while I waited for my order, it was cool to see they were celebrating their recent victory.
Got the goods.
I took my food to go and found a spot in the below freezing cold right by the water.
Let's try them out to see if they really are the world's best fries. Here goes nothing. That's pretty good. I'm honestly so surprised how good they are, considering they looked really bad in the restaurant. Actually, they look pretty soggy and they've been sitting there a while. But these are amazing. Wow, these are so good. I'm so happy right now. All right, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna eat all of these. I got the big one, I'm super hungry. And then we're gonna judge it based off of eating all of it. So we get the whole experience from start to finish. I'm already in love with them though. They're pretty damn good.
To say I was having a good time is an understatement. I was having a blast.
These are up there. They might be my favorite fries I've ever tried. But does that mean they're better than the ones in Belgium? We're gonna have to find out. I'm gonna go there tomorrow. I think I like them more without the sauce. But the sauce does break up the monotony, but they have so much flavor on their own. McDonald's could never. I hope I don't get fat. But at the same time, I've been trying to get fat for so long. It doesn't work for me. All gone. After much deliberation, eating the entire bag of fries, it was amazing. I loved it. They were some of the best fries, if not the best fries I've ever had. That being said, they were not perfect. And so let's go through the ratings. Crispness, they were pretty good. They were pretty crispy. There was a few soggy pieces here and there though, and I didn't really like those soggy pieces. I can't give it over a 4, honestly. I was thinking about 4.5, but no, we're gonna give it a 4. Moving on to the inside. The inside was amazing. I loved it. Just about perfect for a French fry. 5 stars. Now, for the oil. It was a little too oily for me. It was getting all over my hands, but you can kind of expect that with French fries, and it wasn't a big deal, but I couldn't give it above a 4. Then for salt, I thought it was just right. 5 stars. Finally, for flavor, this was my favorite part about these fries. They were so good tasting. 5 stars.
Overall, 23 out of 25 stars.
So with that being said, I understand why they got world's best fry. That is a high rating. I'm a very critical guy. That is a high rating. Belgium's gonna have to be good. Belgium's gonna have to be really good. Let's go find out.
So I took the train back home that day and woke up and biked over to Belgium.
Well, that's something new. I never knew you could get a brain freeze from riding your bike.
But I made it.
The moment of truth. Let's go in and find out who does it best, Belgium or France.
It was packed full of people. I was in the right place. It was a charming family-run operation.
Grand fruit and grand. Sauce andalouse.
I sat down and had Betty Boop hold my bag. And yes, I had to try the local monk brew. Amazing. But soon the fries came out and it was time for business.
These look absolutely incredible. Let's give them a try.
I immediately knew something was right.
The crisp, the texture, it's perfect. It is so close to being perfect. So close. It's got the best texture of any fry I've ever had. This is hard. This is really, really hard. You know the drill. I'll eat the whole thing and then I'll give them a final rating.
I devoured them quickly because they were also closing up, but I was having a grand time doing it. But I realized it was not going to be an easy decision.
All right, we have some things to discuss. We got to give these fries from Belgium a rating, and this is honestly the hardest decision I've ever made in my entire life because both fries were amazing. But somebody's got to be the best fry in the world, and one of them stood out. But first, let's go through the Belgian fry ratings. So, for crispness, I'm gonna give them a 5. These were the best fries I've ever had in terms of crispness. They were perfect. Moving on to the inside. They were exactly what a fry should be. 5 stars. And then for the oil, they were just right. It was the perfect amount of oil. They weren't super greasy. My hands aren't even greasy. I haven't washed them, but they feel perfectly fine. And for that, I appreciate it. 5 stars. Moving on to the salt. Now, the thing is with these ones is they give you your own salt, so you decide how salty you wanted them. And I salted it perfectly. So for this, it's kind of like the category doesn't really apply, but I can't give them anything negative for it. So I guess I'm just gonna give them a 5 stars. Perfect salt. Going into the final rating, we have 5 stars all across the board. So for flavor, this is where they kind of let me down. It's not that they were terrible. It's not that they didn't taste good. It's the fact that there was just a lack of flavor. But I can't fault them because they tasted good. But I cannot reward them because they did not taste like heaven. So for that reason, I'm gonna be giving them a 3 stars.
Overall, 23 out of 25 stars.
Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, how dare they tie? There's gotta be a winner. And I agree, there has to be a winner. I can highly recommend both of them. They're both like within the top 3 fries I've ever tried in my life. But I had an experience with one of them. Actually, I had an experience with both of them, but I had more of an experience with one of them. And so, for that reason, I'm going to have to give it to France. They have the world's best fry. It was so close. It was so close. I think the real reason that the French fries, now I honestly think the real reason that the French fries won is because I could eat them without sauce and really enjoy them. Whereas these Belgian ones, I didn't go more than like 2 without sauce, and I felt like I needed the sauce to really bring them up. So for that reason,
France wins. Congratulations to Cheek Friet and the team over there. So, now we know the website was right the whole time, and this video is totally pointless. But the more you know.